Master. To Keshab with a smile. Why is it that you are ill? There is a reason for it. Many spiritual feelings have passed through your body. Therefore it has fallen ill. At the time an emotion is aroused, one understands very little about it. The blow that it delivers to the body is felt only after a long while. I have seen big steamers going by on the Ganges. At the time, hardly noticing their passing. But oh my, what a terrific noise is heard after a while, when the waves splash against the banks. Perhaps a piece of the bank breaks loose and falls into the water. An elephant entering a hut creates havoc within and ultimately shakes it down. The elephant of divine emotion enters the hut of this body and shatters it to pieces. Do you know what actually happens? When a house is on fire, at first a few things inside burn. Then comes the great commotion. Just so, the fire of knowledge at first destroys such enemies of spiritual life as passion, anger, and so forth. Then comes the turn of ego. And lastly, a violent commotion is seen in the physical frame. You may think that everything is going to be over. But God will not release you as long as the slightest trace of your illness is left. You simply cannot leave the hospital if your name is registered there. As long as the illness is not perfectly cured, the doctor won't give you a permit to go. Why did you register your name in the hospital at all? All laugh. Keshab laughed again and again at the master's allusion to the hospital. Then Sri Ramakrishna spoke of his own illness. To Keshab, Hriday used to say, "Never before have I seen such ecstasy for God, and never before have I seen such illness. I was then seriously ill, with stubborn diarrhea. It was as if millions of ants were gnawing at my brain. But all the same, spiritual talk went on day and night. Dr. Rama of Nottagore was called in to see me. He found me discussing spiritual truth. 'What a madman,' he said. 'Nothing is left of him but a few bones. And still he is reasoning like that.' Master, to Keshab, all depends on God's will. O Mother, all is done after thine own sweet will. Thou art in truth self-willed, Redeemer of mankind. Thou workest thine own work. Men only call it theirs. In order to take full advantage of the dew, the gardener removes the soil from the Basra rose down to the very root. The plant thrives better on account of the moisture. Perhaps that is why you too are being shaken to the very root. Keshab and the master laugh. It may be that you too will do tremendous things when you come back. Whenever I hear that you are ill, I become extremely restless. After hearing of your last illness, I used to weep to the Divine Mother in the small hours of the morning. I prayed to her, O Mother, if anything happens to Keshab, with whom then shall I talk in Calcutta? Coming to Calcutta, I offered fruits and sweets to the Divine Mother, with a prayer for your well-being. The devotees were deeply touched to hear of Sri Ramakrishna's love for Keshab and his longing for the Brahmo-lita. Master. But this time, to tell the truth, I didn't feel anxious to that extent. Only for 2 or 3 days did I feel a little worried.